how do you see your role in the panel of judges?
Oh, that is a good question. I actually joined CHIVAS, the venture, because it was very much in line with my foundation, the Eva Longoria Foundation. When I started my foundation, I knew I needed to focus on a specific community to make effective change. I couldn't do everything, but I knew I could do something really well. So I decided to focus on the Latino community because that's where I'm from. I decided to focus on women because I think they make the most amazing change within their families. And then within that, I said, I'm going to focus on education and entrepreneurship. And so on the entrepreneurial side, we provide microloans for women in the Latinas in the United States who want to start a small business. We provide them the access to capital, the business tools, the education for business plans. And so when CHIVAS came and they said, we're doing this contest about social entrepreneurship, I thought, oh my gosh, that's exactly what we do. In the United States, Latinos are the fastest growing demographic, but we're the most unemployed, we're the most undereducated, and we're the most uninsured. And so for me, I said, this is the community I want to help. Specifically Latinas, because what a lot of people think, or the misconception of Latinos, is that we're lazy, we're immigrants, we don't work hard, and I think in the United States, people don't know that Latinas start small businesses at 6 times the national average. So Latinas are ambitious, they aspire to have economic mobility, and so I want to provide that infrastructure of opportunity for them to succeed. And what CHIVAS is doing and giving away $1 million to similar concepts was really exciting for me, and I'm really happy to be a part of it, especially hearing all of these ideas that you go, this could be implemented in Dominican Republic, this could be implemented in Argentina, it could be anywhere. And so that's another great thing about this particular contest, is the conversation that happens about innovative ideas. And not only innovative ideas, but sustainable innovative ideas that will create change, lasting change in these countries.
Thank you very much.
What was the last career or business risk and mistake that you took?
Probably my Vegas restaurant, because I have a restaurant, right? I own my restaurant in Hollywood. We're still there. We're still going on 10 years. But there was a time when somebody wanted to license it and said, let's do it in Vegas. Vegas is amazing. And then the crash happened. So it was like right at the same time. And so there was a risk, but you learn so much from those failures. You learn from what you need to do to go into, what you need to know before you go into these things, who your partners are, who you want to surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. And so I think that that was probably the last time. Other than that, since then, I've actually been partnered with some really amazing people. I started my bedding line with JCPenney, so obviously a distributor who knows how to distribute, how to manufacture. I'm doing my clothing line with The Limited, which launches in 2 weeks. And so knowing your market, knowing who your market is, and really accommodating them. I wanted to do my line with The Limited because their customer base is my fan base, and so I think it's going to be a really great marriage, and I can't wait for that. Yes.
Okay, yo te lo pregunto en español, pero responderlo en inglés, no hay problema. Teniendo una gran carrera como la que tenés como actriz, ¿qué es lo que te impulsa, qué es lo que te lleva a iniciarte como emprendedora?
What excites me?
¿Qué es lo que
As an entrepreneur?
Sí.
Or
¿Qué es lo que teniendo la carrera que tenés como actriz, qué es lo que te impulsa para también meterte a ser emprendedora?
You know what I'm most excited about right now in my life is I'm a producer and a director. And so many times, just like this, competition is people, specifically Latinos in the Latino community in the United States go, we're not on TV, we're underrepresented on film. And I always tell them, you have to be the content creator. You have to get behind the camera. You have to create those stories, write those stories, produce those stories, direct those stories. Nobody's going to do it for you. And so for me, building that empire of media is priority for me, because I want our community to know our stories. We're doing, I'm doing a movie with HBO right now, which is called A Class Apart, which was about in the 1950s when the first Mexican-American lawyer fought a case in the Supreme Court. And his name was Gus Garcia, and he spoke perfect English, perfect Spanish. He was very articulate, he was very smart, and the case he won was very important for Mexican Americans to serve on juries today in the United States. Nobody knew about the case. Nobody knows who Gus Garcia is, but he's an icon. He's a civil rights icon. He needs to be celebrated, and we need to know those stories. So I want to do many of those stories. I have another mini-series of the Aztecs. And so, you know, nobody's really explored that story of everybody says the conquest, which is the Eurocentric European point of view, but what about the Aztecs, their culture, what they were about? And so I want our community to know, oh yeah, that's where I come from. I come from that history. So for me, that's probably one of my priorities right now. Yeah.
Un honor para nosotros tener a Eva Longoria para Almuerzo de Negocios, nuestro programa de radio en República Dominicana. Ya nos ha manifestado que quiere mucho a la República Dominicana. Eva, quería preguntarte, con relación a los valores de Eva Longoria como persona, como marca, ¿cuál es tu visión con relación a lo que está haciendo CHIVAS como marca, con The Venture?
Sí.
¿Y cómo encaja esto a tu visión de emprendedores en los latinos?
Buena pregunta. Yo estaba trabajando con CHIVAS porque ellos tienen un vision como yo. Yo voy a hablar en inglés. When I speak about very big social issues, I get very tongue-tied in Spanish. I just learned Spanish like 2 years ago, so I didn't grow up with it. But I think that you're right. I am a brand. I'm a brand just like CHIVAS is a brand. And I think that brands like CHIVAS and other brands have corporate responsibility to give back to the communities which buy their products. And so for me, I love partnering with people like CHIVAS who are giving away $1 million, trying to identify amazing ideas. All of these ideas we've heard. Have you seen the finalists? I mean, amazing ideas, sustainable ideas, and we had over 2,500 entries from how many countries?
27.
27 countries. So, and if you look at the finalists, Guatemala, Colombia, Israel, yes, Germany.
Dominican Republic in the 27.
Yes, Dominican Republic. I saw that when I was just so proud to see so many Latinos specifically take the initiative to want to improve their own communities. And if you look like a place like Dominican Republic, economic mobility is a problem. Not only because it's an island, but because the workforce it needs to be educated, trained. There's so much work to be done in Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico suffering. You know, there's a lot of things that we were presented with during this competition that can be applied in these countries. You know, you can take a sustainable farming idea like one of the people have, or a sustainable work idea, which is one of the woman from Guatemala has a jewelry line. You can really place these ideas in different countries and try to have economic mobility for your country. But I think it's important to be, you know, partnering with people like CHIVAS because we need more companies to do this. There's many sectors in which we can help solve the world's problems: hunger, you know, food insecurity, the environment, housing, and so I think that what happens is you have the government sector, which provides an infrastructure of opportunity, and what happens is when people fall through that structure, then there are private foundations and charities that can help with those people, but then there's also corporate responsibility, people like CHIVAS, and creating sustainable businesses so that people don't have to rely on government policies or charity. They actually can rely on a sound business model to have a strong financial future.
Thank you.
Okay, this one for me. Yeah, so as someone who's really famous and at the same time someone who's actively helping the Latina community in America to tackle the poverty issue, can you tell us a little bit about how you connect these two worlds, or how you balance your time?
How I balance my time?
Quite different kind of
yes,
work.
it's I definitely have priorities different times in my life. When I was shooting my show, that was my priority. After I finished Desperate Housewives, I focused on the political activism. I was on Obama's re-election campaign, and I just went all over the United States talking to Latinos and really focusing on making sure our community was going to be civically engaged in this election. I'll be doing the same coming up with this presidential election because I think it's important, and I think different times requires different focus, and so I'll be focusing again on my political advocacy and my foundation work, and at the same time I'm shooting a show in the BBC, so I'm going to go do that really quick. But I have an amazing team that helps me prioritize, but my foundation is really my life's work, and it's really probably takes about 80% of my time, almost on any given day. But I love it, and I really think that that's where I want the focus of my energy to be right now.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Right,
We'll see you.
So we're heading.
Yeah.
It was
Welcome.
really you were gonna have the guy with the weird hair.
Come over and follow the video really quickly.
Great. Do you like to?
Because the light is, you're being blown out.
1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Niva Kiri.
Yes, it was beautiful. Oh, thank you.